Yeah, g'day and welcome back. So, got the afternoon off. I'm going to get the tiller out again today. Till up along here. Till this area up. I'm going to probably put some lettuces in here, and I think we've got some volunteer silver beets coming up. There was silver beet here, it went to seed, and I think this is all volunteer silver beet, so I might just leave that alone and work around it. That's all weed, I'm pretty sure. That's all weed, which is, it's the same as this stuff here. Now look at the seed that comes off on this shit. Oh, it's annoying. But it hasn't, you know, the spuds I've dug up and cultivated over, they've stayed pretty much weed free. They're starting to come through, so I've got a bit of weeding to do. Weeding never ends. But over here I'm going to cultivate this area that's all green here and really give it a good tilt and get some onion in over here. I've got some onions to go in, and so it's onion and lettuce this weekend, and I've started digging along there. I'm going to turn that over probably too wide and plant me elephant garlic out in there. Barry started along here. I think I showed you this in the other video. They're all swede. So we've got swede in there and some beetroot coming up there. The peas that I planted in there didn't come up. It's just a lot of weed, and that's what you've got to deal with when you're organic gardening. I could probably spray this whole thing out and be great, but then yeah, you're spraying shit, aren't you? So yeah, over here with the Brussels sprouts, in between yet again the weed, we've got peas. So there's peas coming up around the back. There's peas and snow peas, so you know, I'd sort of push these over so they get onto that wire. So the peas and the snow peas are coming along. There's a mixture of things. And Barry's carrots there, good. Yeah, Brussels sprouts are coming along. So get in there. They're starting to do their thing. Hopefully they don't just bolt and go to seed, but they should be growing out all over winter, and we'll get them before spring rolls around, or we'll see how they go. If they do bolt, I don't care. I'll have an abundant Brussels sprout seed stock. These have really come back well after they got smashed with the hail a while ago, so all's not a lot. So, and yeah, along the base there we've still got peas and snow peas. So yeah, I'll get this machine out, have an argument with it, and hopefully all goes well. And probably I should really weed this section here. Like the cucumbers are done, but then there's more of this shit in here. I don't know, look at the seed on that stuff. Oh, if that was food, it'd be awesome. A couple of, look at that, zucchini left. They can come out. I've started digging up some spuds, and I left some behind, and the birds got into those, so that's good. But yeah, so our brassicas are still coming along nice, and some snail stuff on them, and yeah, I can't deal with the snails. And our cabbages are doing well, so we've got 10 or so cabbages. They're coming along really nice, and I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll probably have to start dealing with some of these and start start eating some or processing some and do something, because otherwise they'll go to waste, even if I freeze them. Now this thing's got some little cabbage side shoots, so I'll let that go, but these cabbages I'll cut off, and I don't know what's eating that, but they're having a crack at that one and that one only, so I'm happy about that. They've left I'll leave that and give that to the gardening gods who sacrifice, 1% of your crop to nature. Something's eating that, but they're not eating this, so anyway, yeah, the brassicas are coming along nice. The bowerbirds are starting to get into them, so they just pick off the leafy greens. I've thrown some snail pellets down, and yeah, I'm gonna have to chop up along this side of the fence line, and Barry will plant his garlic there when he's ready, and on the other side of that fence line, whatever you call it, I'll have a couple of rows of elephant garlic, and I'll use some organic slasher over there. It's called slasher, it's an organic. It's actually worked pretty well, surprisingly, considering some of the reviews I got on it were hit and miss, but so yeah, might take into the greenhouse later on and show you a quick video in the greenhouse. Yeah, so the garlic has come up okay. Our seed crop's starting along. I reckon we've got about a 85 to 90% strike rate. Everything in that bed's gone. Everything in this bed's come up. Couple missing in there. The different variety, obviously. They will come up. And yeah, so we'll get on to mulching that and give it a good water in. And I'm going to go over to the other garlic and show you how that's going. I'm not sure what all these little plants are, but they look like little microgreens. They look like there's little cotyledons there, so I don't know what they're from. I might let some of them come up and see what they are. We'll take a wander down here. If they're those things, yeah, I won't be keeping those weeds. So I've got a bit of weeding to do. But yeah, they're all nice and bright and green, and I'm sure they'll all pop up when they're ready. And like I said, we've got the mulch down, or the compost down. We'll get the mulch in, and I'll go show you the other garlic. So this is our main hopeful seed stock of garlic. This is our rockin' bulb, coming along very nicely, no weeds, growing well. They are pretty tightly packed actually, but they should grow up really well. This is what we're banking on with those and the other seeds across the road that I just showed you. I'm hoping to plant about 5,000 garlic next year. So hopefully next year, depending on how the crop grows, I might have some garlic to sell. The zucchinis, they're still got zucchinis on them and flowers, so I want to pull this off. It's finishing off and hindering the rest of the garlic that's growing under it, although it is, the garlic underneath it's still shooting well. So yeah, I think there's only 1 or 2 zucchini on that, so I might pull that off out and get this main crop of garlic getting into it. being in my haste this year to plant my garlic, I was a little bit behind on the onions. So I went down to the nursery and specifically picked out onions that were overgrown. Not many people were going for them. But I have a tip from my neighbour on how to plant these so they grow out successfully. So the tip I received from my neighbour was get your onion out and actually trim the roots off and then cut them down so that when you plant them they're standing up. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, yet another video after I've done cultivating. I've done that patch down there. I want to get these spuds out. They're going to be tiny. Anyway, so yeah, we've run the cultivator over the patch. Let's see what. Look at this soil. This soil's sensational. Like I said, like I showed you on a video before. This is Barry's little run of what he's done with Swedes and beetroot. I've gone over and hoed this patch. This soil is absolutely sensational, and there's so much weed in it. I hate weed. I hate weed. Everything's weed. There's no weed there. Everything's weed. I've chopped it up. Let's see what this weekend brings. We'll form some beds. Like I said, I've got garlic to plant along that fence line there. I'd love to pull that fence line out or redo it, whatever. I've got onions and I have got lettuce to plant. So let's see what happens. If I don't see you on the next video, I'll see you all on the next video. So yeah, we've got the red onion planted out here. Probably about 50 of them. Over here we've got about 100 to 120 brown onions. As we come along here, I planted out some of Christy's trials. She's got a purple and a golden turnip. And while we're out there, we pulled out some Jerusalem artichoke. So yeah, the rest of the bed, I don't know what we'll do. Or maybe just try and keep it weed free. Might even bring some plastic in to reduce the weeds over winter. I can't let the chickens on here like we have done in previous years, because they will pull out, they'll scratch out the onions, they'll scratch out Barry's Swedes, rhubarb, and he's got a row of carrot along there. So I've also just up there along the inside of the fence line dug over and turned over the patch that he uses for his garlic. He'll be planting that in about a month. Yeah, so we've got volunteer silver beet here, and I'll scratch the patch around here. I'm probably going to put some lettuce in. I don't know what I'll do with that along there yet. I might just rest it. I've got a lot of weeds. Look at the grass growing there. It's just insane. We've got brassicas in. I could probably put more brassicas in. I don't know what I'll put down here yet. Yeah, there's still heaps I can plant. It could be double up crops. Anything. I might just put a whole heap of broccoli in that I can blanch and freeze. In fact, that's probably what I'll do, is fill up any spaces that are available with broccoli. Prepare beds for spring. You know, if you do a stale seed bed, that's another thing I've got, you know, to combat weed pressure, is I could also probably, I'll speak to Barry depending on what he's intending to plant, is I could run, well, I'm going to run elephant garlic along there, and everything Barry's oak tree. Oh. Yeah, Barry's oak tree. Barry decided to plant an oak tree in the middle of the garden. He's having second thoughts about it now, but we'll relocate that. So everything from Barry's oak tree back, I could probably cover in plastic and smother out the weeds, and then prepare it for spring. And you know, about germination time isn't fantastic in winter, but I could also keep them covered over spring, pull the plastic off, let all the weed germinate, and then cover it back over. And because we're due to put below ground crops here, you know, this could be the potato patch. Like, as you can see all along the fence, we've got potatoes that just grow all year round here. The foliage on the top grows. It doesn't mean that they're producing potatoes underneath, but you know, I'm still there. Oh, you know, I come down here. There. That's all potato that we missed or didn't. They'll all grow again. So, anyway, until the next video, enjoy.